about the materials you're going to need for today's hairstyle. The materials are consistent throughout. You won't need too many things, but let's go ahead and go over them. You're going to be needing maybe some Goodies headbands or some type of rubber band base to hold the hair as you do your hair. I found that was the best way to keep this hair out of my way because it was so thick and I didn't want it to get mixed in with the hair I was braiding. So I used the Goodies protected bands and they worked well. Of course, your section of hair that you're braiding. I'm going to be using my own Shea Lovely product. However, you can use any moisturizer-based butter. Also, your rat tail comb and your scissors. Duckbill clips, plastic and metal are fine. Also, your yarn of choice. I'm going to be using the Red Heart. I found that at Walmart and it was a good grade yarn. Also a lighter. So let's get started. First, I'm going to moisturize the piece of hair that I'm going to be working with. Since yarn is so drying, you want to make sure that your hair is as moisturized as possible. Now I'm just splitting that piece of hair in two using the rat tail comb. And then I'm going to pin down the part that I'm not using with the duckbill clip. So now I'm taking my pre-cut pieces of yarn, which are two long pieces of yarn that I'm going to use to braid the hair here. Just making sure that it's long enough and also that it's braiding past your hair. Pretend my finger is your hair. That's how I'm going to wrap that piece of yarn around my own hair. So I'm going to show you here. I'm going to slow it down. All I'm doing is taking two pieces of the equal yarn and pulling it around the base of my hair. You know, when you braid with three pieces. I'm simply going to be taking half of each piece to represent a piece of my hair. That's all. So now my hair makes up the third piece in the braid. That's all I'm doing. And I'm going to braid that all the way down. Now when you get to the end of your hair, what you'll want to do is take a piece of the yarn to represent your hair. So that will make up the third piece. I'm braiding all the way downward. And using a duckbill clip, I secure the end. Now I'll quickly repeat the step for you. There you have it. Now that's how you finish the braiding part. So now let's burn those ends. This is something that's not so fun for everyone. I'm used to braiding hair, so I know how to burn ends. I simply burn each one individually, and I allow the yarn to catch on fire, pull it apart, and twist the end between my fingers. Now, everyone might not like that method, so here's another way that you might want to try it. I just keep trying to catch the lighter under the yarn. Keep doing that until you can pull the hair apart, not necessarily allowing it to catch on fire, and then roll the ends. I've been told there's devices you can buy to help with the burning process. I'm interrupting this regularly scheduled programming for yarn braid Q&A and care tips that you've been dying to know. First, I'm sure these braids took forever. How long for real? And how long do you plan to wear them? I'll make these braids worth my while. I'm going to wear them for 2 months and do edge ups as needed. Now, how do you plan to moisturize? When my hair feels extra dry, I'm going to reach for a creamier base moisturizer, but daily I'm going to spray on a mixture made of aloe vera juice, melted shea butter, and extra virgin olive oil. You've mentioned you don't wash your hair often when in long-term braids, so how will you keep these clean? I will perform a real wash on these braids at least once a month, but otherwise I'll be doing my dry washing method in between. Click the play button to see that video. How do you plan to take all those braids out of your hair? Over a week's time, taking my hair down from the middle day by day. Braids are quite stressful on the edges. How will you care for yours? Actually practice braiding my edges larger than the rest of my hair. I also will be wearing a silk scarf along with a silk cap to sleep in. These kind of resemble locks. Will you wear them a lot like locks? Yep, and I'll make plenty tutorials. Are those braids pretty flexible? And are they easy to style? They're very easy to style and lighter than they look. I'll also be using my book, The Science of Black Hair by the beautiful Miss Audrey Davis Sivasati. So this book definitely has a big section on protective styling, and I have not worn protective styles like this in a long time. So I want to make sure I do right by my braids. And guess what? I'm going to give away a signed copy. Yes, a signed copy. Go ahead, here's the contest rules overall, but go ahead and check the info section of this video and get all of the details on the contest. The contest will close in about 2 weeks, so if you want to get your entry in, get it in now. Now back to our regularly scheduled programming. I wanted to show you all a quick way to style these beautiful braids. I've already fallen in love with them. So easy to style. This is simple. Get your long length bobby pins. You'll need about 3. I'm just pulling my hair up on the side, being careful not to pull it tightly. Remember, I don't like shedding edges. We want to keep those edges and preserve them. That's the point of protective styling. So now I'm merely just lightly manipulating the hair, kind of crossing it over each other here. So I'll kind of show you, crossing it over and then rolling it, almost like a French roll. I'm just doing a half up, half down style. I just wanted to give you all a styling option for my first video on these yarn braids. Kind of excited. So now I'm just taking one of my bobby pins and sticking it in. You see how I didn't take much? I took the second one as well and stuck it in. It really doesn't take much to hold these braids, and they're adorable and cute, and you can see that the style is staying even though I'm throwing my head around like a mad woman. But I absolutely love these braids. You got to do them, guys. Beautiful brown baby doll. Peace. Like it is golden. Blessing braids with the knowledge and the skills to be real.